Hello, Stitchy friends. TeresaLouise here with FlossTube number 2. Yes, I came back. Am I a glutton? Well, I'll let you know by the end of the year. I did have a fun week though, and I know I'm not getting this out within a week, but I kind of debated about that, whether to do a weekly or maybe every 2 weeks. I'll kind of see how much stuff I have just starting out. I might not have much to talk about, but knowing me, I can always talk about something. All right, so let's talk about what kind of week I've had, life events. So let's see. I think it was last Saturday. I had quite a fall. I fell down in the ice, on the ice. Yeah, I was trying to go to the store, and we've got about 2 inches thick out in our parking area of ice. And then it snowed on top of that, like 3 or 4 inches. I did have chains on my boots, but the snow was kind of wet, and so it packed up underneath the chain and the boot, and so it was just like ice on ice. And I actually made it all the way out to the car, but when I opened the door to let the dogs in, I turned just right, and down I went, landed on my right hip and a little bit on this shoulder, and oh my gosh, yeah, that hurt. I have a nice little bruise over there. Luckily didn't break anything. The dogs were very disappointed because we didn't go to the store or the post office. So I told my husband if he wants to go, or he wants something from the store or the post office, he's going to have to go. So anyway, yeah, I'm all right. I'm okay. Jarred my neck up a little bit and everything. So it's been a little stiff, but I'm feeling better. My hip doesn't hurt really anymore. My neck is still, but my neck has been, you know. So yeah, that was me, and my husband got to go get a treatment Monday. We had to go to the heart center at the hospital, and he has been in AFib and wanted to have his heart shocked. There's a term for it. Cardioversion, I think is what it's called. Anyway, they shocked the heart and tried to get it back into regular rhythm. So they did that to him Monday. It all went well. I guess they had to do it twice, but they got it, and so far so good. He's been doing well, so hopefully, yeah. So that's kind of what's been happening. My dogs are doing fine. Hold on. Sorry about that. That was my husband. Came upstairs. He brought me a slice of pizza. Wasn't that nice of him? It was really sweet. And now I got another dog in here because she thinks I should share. There she goes. All right. Yeah, that was Annie, Chocolate Lab. And then Willa, she's hiding over here. Come here, Willa. Say hi. Come here. Come here. They can't see you down there. Come here. She won't jump. She don't like to jump. Anyway, this is Willa. Good girl. Okay, go lay down, baby. I don't want to roll over your toes. And then we have a cat named Frank, who's about 15, 16 years old. Pretty old fella. He's having a hard time getting around. Oops. Okay. Just making sure it's still recording. I tried recording this once already, And I guess I had too much stuff on my camera because it stopped. All right, so that's kind of what's been going on. Everything's great. So I hope everything's going okay in your world. So before I get into finishes and all that stuff, I just wanted to share with you kind of what I did or what I'm doing for now to keep track of my projects. Now this is a little box that I got in one of my quilting subscription packages. I actually have a video of how I remade this box. And I put, little decorations on it. And there's a lot more I could do with it, but from Creative Notions. And it comes with all these index cards. So I thought I wasn't using it for, recipes or anything. And I thought, why don't I use it to keep track of my projects? So, because it comes with dividers and everything. So one of the dividers is called cross stitch. And then I'm just listing the project, numbering it, 1, 2. That's all I have on there right now. I'm going to have a third one today. And then I take a index card and I list the project and information, and I'll show you that. So this has been working out really well for me. The other thing, and then inside I can keep stuff that I need. So I put one of these little doohickeys notions holder. It's So Emma from the Fat Quarter Shop. And I keep a pair of scissors, a needle threader, a seam ripper. I don't know if I need that for cross stitching, but I have it there. And then I have this little thing for needles, and this is kind of neat. You just pull that off, and it has a magnet in there, so it holds the needles in. And you just, grab a needle and then put them back down. So that's kind of cool. And that's the first time I've used them. I got those in the subscription box too. So I have that in there. So that's real handy. And then I keep an extra pair of glasses in there and a pencil and whatever, So this has been working out really well. All right, so I don't have any finishes, but I'm darn close. Okay, so the first project was, so I'm going to jump right into the whips. If you remember, it was the 2 sheep. And I might have had this done, but I had a couple of questions. All right, so I keep the index card with the project, and on it I have what the project name is, when I started it, and then I'll put when I finished. Then I have supplies here, and then I have a time tracker here, and then on the back I have notes. And so this kit was on Ada 14, and it came with the DMC, and it didn't list what the numbers of those DMCs were, and as everything was pretty much included. So far I have spent 5, 6, 7.5 hours on this. I didn't realize it took so long to cross stitch. I thought it would be faster. Maybe it is faster as you go. Some of you guys seem to just, zip right through those. So I think you do get faster as you go. So anyway, here we go. Now, Couple of questions. They don't call for any thread in this white area. Oops, sorry. And I am thinking about, I think I might like to put white thread in there. So I'd like your thoughts on that. And then also in that heart on the bottom, they don't have you stitching anything in there except for some red French knots. And those go in the white spot. And then the two little blue hearts, they don't have you stitching those either. I'm thinking about stitching all that. So you may have noticed while I was giving you the close-up, this was my first sheep I did, and I wasn't very careful about how I was doing my stitches. I guess I didn't realize it until I started watching more videos about how you are supposed to stitch, and so in the next one I did a little better. But I kind of actually like the first one because it seems to have more texture to it, so it makes it look more like a sheep's wool, whereas the second one looks a little more, uniform. I guess it'll change up after you wash it, but yeah. So it didn't go too bad. So one more look. And that's where I am on that. So if you wouldn't mind, tell me what you think I should do. Should I stitch those blank spots? I'd like to hear from you on that. And all right, let me put this out. That's where I am on that. That back in there. And I'm just keeping it in the package that it came in for now, which is working just fine because I don't have any project bags yet. There's that one. Okay, the next one I worked on is that Lori Holt stitch card. I think it's called. Yeah, stitch card. This one here. And I used 18 count Ada. Then I didn't have any of the called for thread, so I came up with my own, and I did 2/1. So I had 2 threads, and I skipped a hole. So am I saying that right? Now that's not what the instructions said to do. So I tried it with 2 strands, just regular stitch, and it was really super tiny, and I thought, boy, that's going to be a really small project. Do I want it to be that little? I think it would have turned out about, 2.5 by 2.5. Yeah, and I think so I said I want it bigger. So I just went ahead and did 2 threads, and I skipped a hole. So 2/1, right? So I'm thinking I should have done 3/1 because you can see the gap pretty well. Now, does the thread puff up after you wash it? That'd be one of my questions. I'm guessing it probably does. Kind of swells up a little bit. Might fill in that. And then I made a mistake on this, and I would have had to go back a long ways to correct it, and I didn't want to. So I just looked at it and thought, can I live with that mistake? I'm like, yes, I can live with that mistake. So here's my mistake right here. Oops, I can't. Whoops, I'm not supposed to show you that part. I'll show you this side. See how that's supposed to come up in there a little bit further? So I can live with it that way. Yeah, so that's where I am on that. Did I tell you how much time I have spent on this? It was like, let's see, is it 10, 12 hours, 12, 13 hours so far is what I've spent on that. I think I'm going to be done with it though in a couple of days. So I forgot to tell you too, on this one, I made a mistake. Well, it wasn't really a mistake. It just didn't fill in the spot real well. And so I want to introduce you to, now you guys probably already know about this, but these are a quilter's friend. They are archival ink. So they don't have any acid. They're acid free. And what I did is I took my black, I cheated. I took my black marker on this welcome, because this is all backstitched, and I kind of missed a spot. It was really tiny. I mean, you probably wouldn't even noticed it, but I did. And so I just colored it in with my black marker. And these are permanent. So now in the quilting world, when you are quilting your top and your bottom together, sometimes if the thread goes over into a different block where you don't want it, you can try to match that fabric and color in that thread so that you can't see it. So that's how we use them. Also for labels. Oh, I wanted to share that with you. Anybody else out there do that? Okay. So those are my two whips. Now, this isn't cross stitch, but it is in my stitching rotation because I forgot all about it, and I'd like to get it done. And it's more like embroidery, and it's almost done. I just wanted to share it with you. Isn't it cute? So the piece I need to finish is on the nose right here. I didn't realize that I didn't stitch that right there. I missed it. So I think that is all I need to do on that, and it'll be done. And then I can finish it completely. So that is in my whip thing. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show you is I'm going to add a project. And this is out of the book I showed you last week. I feel like I'm not organized. Like I'm going in the right order. And this is a project I'm going to add, that little blue pillow. Isn't that cute? Now on this one, let me find there we go. Now this one you can use 14 count, 16 count, 18 count, or 22 count. And then it has 3 colored threads, and I actually had one of the colors, which really surprised me. I had $7.94, but I don't have two of the others. So, and instead of $7.91, I'm using $3.12, which is this one. And instead of $7.93, I'm using $1.62. And I think they all look fine together. So it's just three colors: blue, blue, and blue. And then I don't have a 14 count Ada in white, which was very strange. So I'm going to use this 22 count. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to do. I'm going to do some test stitches and see if I want to do 2 and straight stitching, or 2 over 1, or 3 over 1. I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to do some test stitching on that. But I'm going to get this ready to stitch and put in my tub. This is my little tub. So I just put everything in it, and then I can come bring it downstairs and bring it upstairs and keep my projects in there. Like that. For now. So that's the one I'm going to add. So I'm really looking forward to that. So here's the bag I started. That's all the stitching. But I did want to show you this bag I'm getting started on. So here's going to be the front. And this will be the inside. And then I'm going to use this for the trim. And I have a purple zipper. So all of this fabric is from the same fabric line. And this is really cute. It's got bird's nest. You see it's got thread and needles and buttons in there and eggs. Must be a crow's nest or a magpie. So I'm hoping to get to work on that today. Get that finished. One other thing I wanted to show you is how that turned out. I got all that thread on that stand. Isn't that cute? I think it looks really cute. Looks like a store. So I'm kind of glad I didn't put that in the yard sale, or that it didn't sell. So that's really cute. All right. Hauls. Well, let's see. Monday, I went to Joann's. I didn't get any thread, or they do have quite a bit of thread, but they don't have very good patterns there at my Joann's, so I didn't buy any patterns. I did pick up this magnifying glass, and this is one that you guys probably know this, but you put it here like this, and then you have your stitching there, and you can pull these strings to adjust it however you want. It has a light, pretty bright light. I'm not sure about this, if it's going to work for me or not, mainly because I don't like pressure on my neck, so I'm not too sure about that. I might take it back and get something different. I also picked up some of the thread bobbins, and they're just cardboard. You know, I didn't want to spend a lot of money on them to start with, because I'm not sure if this is the way I'm going to do it, but for now it is. And then I had some stickers from previous planners, and I just put them on there to make them cute. So I also got a plastic case with a lid on it that these go in. And as I'm using the thread for projects, I will wind them up on here. But for now, I'm just going to leave them here until I use them, because I think that's really cute. In fact, I should leave some on there for display because it's cute. So, and then I got a few other things, but they're all quilt related. So, okay, let's see. I have a list down here, if you couldn't guess. What is next? Oh, so I had another question. Do you guys ever use, maybe I asked this already, wax on your thread? Like beeswax? And if not, why? Because I haven't done it, but I do have some, and I was thinking about it. It might make it a lot smoother and keep your thread from fraying up. Oh, and then I have this little jar for my thread ends. What do y'all call that? Warts or something? I don't know. I'm sure it stands for something. You can let me know down in the comments. I'd appreciate that too. I need to start writing these things down. Or if somebody has a list of them already printed up, that would be really helpful. Okay, let's see. What else is on the list? New videos or new floss tubers that I've been watching. Besides the ones on the list from FlossTube 1, I've been watching quite a bit of Jan Hicks Creates, because she has some really good videos for beginners. So I've been going through all those. Just the last couple of days, I watched Stitch by the Lake, Cornhusker State Stitchers, Java Girl Stitches, and I'm sure there's more, but that's just a few of them that I wrote down. So, all right, I think that will do it. The other thing I wanted to say was, oh my word, thank you guys so very much. I couldn't believe how much response my little first video got. I was just very shocked. So thank you so much. That video, as of today, has gotten 451 views, which is awesome, and 60 likes. That is great. And then there's been 33 comments. Now, if you are a new stitcher, you should go see my other FlossTube video number 1 and go read through the comments. There are some great tips down there. Great tips. And I'm slowly responding to everybody. But I do want to let you know that I do appreciate it very much that you've taken the time to write a comment and try to help me out here. And I will reply to you. I will respond. It just takes, I can only do so many because the typing gets to my neck. But I put a little heart there to let you know I read it. And then I just, responding to a few every day. So, and then also, I have gotten 47 new subscribers since I posted that video. So, thank you for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It's free. Something that's free in the world. And it's commercial free too. So that's great. Okay. Well, I guess that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. And I really appreciate it. And love hearing from you. So, yeah, give me a comment. All right, you guys, go out there and stitch something or just make something. whatever you want to do. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.